All right, so if you're thinking about living in St. Mary's County, today I'm going to be talking about California, Maryland, which is, in my opinion, it is the most convenient city in St. Mary's County, and it's mainly because there's a lot of shops, a lot of grocery stores, very close to Pax River Naval Air Station, but I'll get into all that in just a moment. But if you don't know me, I'm Jonathan Powell. I'm a real estate agent here in St. Mary's County, and I have an Instagram channel, Facebook, and YouTube channel called the County Connoisseur, in which I talk about things that are happening in St. Mary's County every single weekend, so you know what fun things to go to. I also interview small business owners to not only show you all the cool places that you can go to hang out, eat, have some fun, but also to give you a sense for the person behind the business that's serving you. So in this video, as I said, I'm going to be talking about all the different things that you need to know in order to decide where to live, specifically whether or not you want to live in California in St. Mary's County. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So as you can see here on my screen, I've got a map of St. Mary's County. This outlines all of California, Maryland. So if you're coming to the area to serve in active duty on the base, or if you're supporting the base in some way, this is probably one of the closest, nicest areas to live to the base. So that being said, some of the other things to note as far as the area goes, this is essentially St. Mary's County in general. This is Calvert County. Some of the cool places to go to close by California is Leonardtown, which is the arts and entertainment district in St. Mary's County, and then also Solomon's Island, which is a place where you can go to basically be on the boardwalk and have some of the great seafood that's over there. But California has a lot to offer. So first I'm going to talk about the shops, then I'll talk about the schools, then we'll talk about parks, then crime rates, then prices, and finally neighborhoods. And that should give you a really good sense for what you can find in California, Maryland. So with that being said, let's dive right in to talk about the shops. And to give you a quick frame of reference, the vast majority of St. Mary's County has only one of most things. So when we're talking about Walmart, we're talking about the Walmart, or when we're talking about Target, we're talking about the Target, and same with Best Buy and all these different things. So there's not like more than one Chipotle, in the southern part of St. Mary's County anyway. It's just one in California. So when you think about California, you're thinking about a place that has, in a very compressed area, basically that 90% of the stores and resources that you're going to want on a regular basis. So everybody who wants to go to the grocery store in Leonardtown is either going to choose to go to Food Line or the local markets, or they're just going to travel down to California. If you're living in California, you don't have to do that. It's all right there. So let's go ahead and get started on the north end and kind of work our way down. So just on the edge of California, but technically in Hollywood, is the St. Mary's County Airport. That's a little bit unique. A lot of places don't have their own airport. We do. It's mostly private pilots who are flying their own airplanes. You could probably charter a plane from there, but with that being said, it's really fun to take your kids there at certain times of the year. A lot of the local pilots will take your kids up on an airplane ride and show them what it's like to be on there. But anyway, that's not exactly the shopping, but it's just kind of a unique thing that I want to start with. So getting into the Wildwood Shopping Center, there's some department stores like Belk, JCPenney, and there's a DSW, there's the Green Turtle, there's Planet Fitness, there is also My Gym St. Mary's, which is like a gym for kids there, so that's pretty neat. There's also Tap House 1637, there's a hotel here, and there's like an iBreak You Fix here as well. I want to say there's also, yeah, that's right, Okada Japanese Steakhouse. This is one of those steakhouses where they flip the meat around and kind of like pour the oil or whatever it is to get the fire to go up. It's a fun place to go if you want to be entertained while you eat. Also, first grocery store on the list is Aldi. A lot of folks like Aldi, and it's right here in California, and we go there pretty often, but I'll say where we like going more is Harris Teeter. This is probably the premier place to get groceries in the area, probably the nicest grocery store. This shopping center has a lot of new buildings and new tenants, some of which are the Brass Tap, which is probably the newest restaurant in St. Mary's County. Well, maybe not the newest restaurant in St. Mary's County, but probably one of the newest restaurants in California. There's also Great Clips. There's Mod Pizza here as well. There's Tropical Smoothie. We have a Cold Stone. There's a Crumble. There's a Mizah, which is a Mediterranean place to eat, kind of like your Subway for Mediterranean food. And then, of course, we've got a Starbucks too, and a liquor store and Tobacco Hut. Moving on, we got a Wawa's, and that's probably one of the busiest Wawa's that you'll see. A lot of people go through this intersection, and that Wawa gets a lot of traffic. Some of the things that we have here too are BJ's. This is basically Costco. It's a place where you can get household supplies, and also a lot of people don't know this, but there's a great liquor store here as well, California Wine and Spirits. Really friendly guys that are there. They got some pretty unique drinks. One of the other standout businesses I'll mention is Smile Castle Pediatric Dentistry. My kids go here. They really love it. There's TV screens on the ceiling, so that way when the kids are getting the Novocaine in their gums, they're entertained. My daughter didn't even notice that she was getting Novocaine in her gums the last time that she was there, so shout out to them. There's also Lowe's. We've got a very big Lowe's. A lot of reasons to go there. There's also a Michael's, a Five and Below here too. Staples. Further along, we've got Giant, we've got Target, we've got I think a Bed Bath & Beyond. We've got a Chick-fil-A right here. Everybody loves that. There's also a Longhorn Steakhouse. There's a Potbelly as well, and then Froyo, I believe, too. Moving down on the other side of the road, we've got Texas Roadhouse, we've got Olive Garden, we've got Red Robin, we've got a Cracker Barrel, some hotels over here. On the other side of the street from there, we've got Petco, Old Navy, Best Buy, Five Guys, and a Panera Bread right there. Further along, we've got Hobby Lobby, Harbor Freight, we've got a Walmart, Super Walmart, where you can get all the stuff that you need. Got some more hotels, got some restaurants as well. Nicoletti's Pizza is a standout. Got the Beanery, which is a place to get some coffee. Our Chipotle, Firehouse Subs. There's some other businesses like dental places, orthopedics. There's a chiropractic center right there. Been there. Blue Wind, you can get some great sandwiches here as well as some wine. They've got some times to hang out throughout the week. There's some other things like collision centers, car sales places. We've also got smaller restaurants here, Jerry's Bistro. Actually, to be honest, I haven't been there, but I know it's there. We've got a Rita's Italian Ice too. Got some Banks. We've got Mission Barbecue as well. Method Gym. Home Goods, a Wagon Wash where you can get your you can get your, not your kids, you can get your pets washed and groomed there. And also a Marshall's. We got Tea-rific, which is a good place to get some tea and hang out. It is Tea-rific. We got Asahi, another Japanese steakhouse, another place to be entertained while you eat. And then also, if you've not tried Slim Chicken, it's basically like Zaxby's, which is basically a southern form of Chick-fil-A. So Slim Chicken has got some good stuff. Linda's Cafe also recently just moved up here. They have been a major cornerstone in the community. They used to be a little bit further south. Now they're there. That's a good place to get some home-cooked meals. Especially breakfast, I'd say. Continuing on, we're almost towards the bottom of California. We've got this shopping center right here. This is where the Dick's Sporting Goods, the Kohl's is. They've also got Jimmy John's, Sonic, Buffalo Wild Wings, and a couple other places that are good to eat. One place in general, actually, is the Golden Chicken. Now, no offense to the owner of Golden Chicken, but it's not much to look at. But what you can find there is some really good food. So a little bit further down in California, we've got Call Signs, which is a good restaurant. It's fairly new. Then also Plaza Azteca Mexican restaurant. And lastly, I'll talk about the Pax River Neil Air Museum. So this is a great place to have your kids go, see the planes. My son loves going out here and seeing all these. It's an interior and an exterior museum. A lot of fun and very affordable place to go have fun. So that's the shopping that you have. Really, there's nothing that you're going to go without. And as I said, you're very close to base. So you're about maybe 5 minutes from there. So as far as the commerce goes, most of the time you're going to be living in Wildwood. You're going to be living in Town Creek. You might be, behind the Kohl's and the Walmart and whatnot here in this neighborhood, Greenview Knolls, I think. Yeah. But anyway, you're going to be in one of these three neighborhoods for the most part and working on the base or working, along Great Mills Road for J.F. Taylor or Manflight or ASIC or some of these other contractors. So moving on, I want to talk now about the parks. So the first park to talk about is, in my opinion, Myrtle Point. There's what I call Half Circle Beach. It's Myrtle Point Park Beach, but at any rate, this is where a lot of folks go in the summertime to just kind of hang out on the beach and enjoy some of the sun. There's also some, I believe, 7 miles of trails here as well, and a second beach, Dog Beach, right over there. Another park that's very much worth going to is the St. Mary's River State Park. This is probably not technically in Calvert, probably Callaway, but as far as national parks go, this is one of the highlight places to go to nearby. There is, I believe, 7 miles of trails around this lake, and there's a boat ramp, there's playgrounds, and also friendly to bikers as well. So if you got some dogs, got some kids, definitely take them out there. As far as like playgrounds and parks from that perspective go, Probably the best one is going to be Chancellor's Run Park. They've got baseball diamonds right here, pavilion where you can be in the shade. They've got some fields for lacrosse and soccer and football and whatnot. They've also got some tennis courts. They have some basketball courts, and even, I believe, the only volleyball court in St. Mary's County, which is where a lot of folks gather to play volleyball. They've got some young adult leagues for that. So in addition to that, there's also Nicollet Park, which may not be technically part of California, but it is very close. And this is the highest crime, lowest prices kind of area. But I will say that, that may be the case, and that may mean more in like Baltimore than it will in St. Mary's County. Even in St. Mary's County, the highest crime places are really, considering other cities, not that bad. So me and my family, what we'll do on the weekends is we'll go over here to Reconcito, get our El Pastor tacos, get our birria tacos, and then we'll go hang out by Nicollet Park in order to have the kids play on these playgrounds over here. And in the summertime, they've got this spray park, which is great for parents who don't want to necessarily have their kids go out in the pool or go in the water. This is a great place for them to cool off, and they've got some pavilions there as well that you can be in the shade. In addition to that, there's also something I should have mentioned before, but I forgot, and that is the RC Theater. So this is now the only movie theater in St. Mary's County. It's also a very new theater. There used to be another AMC theater a little bit further south, but that is, I believe, no more. So in addition to that, we've also got the Dorsey Park, which is not, again, technically in California, Maryland, but it is in Hollywood and very close by. There's some more baseball fields, more pavilions, more tennis courts, football fields, great playground, and some trails back through here as well. So the last thing that I'll mention about Nicollet Park, though, is not necessarily all these things over here, but it's a skate park. It's a really great skate park. I used to go there myself, used to be a skater kid back in middle school and whatnot, and so this would be the place to be. So if your kid's interested in that, it's a great community. It's, not in the area where there's the least crime, but it is great during the day. And, if you got good supervision, I would say I'd let my kids hang out and have fun there. All right, so we talked about commerce, now the parks. So the next thing to look at is schools, and specifically here on niche.com, apparently we're doing pretty good. All right, so as far as top public schools serving California, we got the Chesapeake Charter School, Lexington Park Elementary School, Leonardtown High School, which the kids in the northern part of California, they're going to go to Leonardtown. The kids in the southern part of California, for the most part, are going to Gray Mills. But we also got Evergreen Elementary School, Leonardtown Middle School, and a few others. So Gray Mills High School, as I mentioned, Esperanza Middle School, B+, Hollywood B+, Spring Ridge B+, Town Creek B+, Greenview Knolls B, Green Holly B, George Washington Carver C+. But these are the ones that are here in California. So there are also some private schools, not in California, in Leonardtown, but easy to get to, is St. Mary's Riken. That's the premier Catholic private school in the area. Then we have King's Christian Academy, which is, I guess, probably in Callaway, more likely. And then St. John's Elementary School in Hollywood, not technically in California, but it's very close. And then we have Father Andrew White, which is in Leonardtown, probably about 15 minutes away. Mother Catholic Academy, that's a little bit further out, probably like 20 minutes away. Little Flower School, that's technically in Gray Mills. That's another Catholic private school. Star Maker, that's a daycare. Probably the closest, or one of the closest aside from St. John's, is Our Lady Star of the Sea School. That's right across the bridge. What an incredible campus. Right there on the water. Not a bad place to be if you're in elementary and middle school. But generally speaking, I would say as far as the private schools go, that's a good list. Next, we're going to talk about home values. So when you look at this map right here, you can see that, again, California is essentially from right around here up to here. So maybe this area more or less. So the northern part of California is going to have some higher prices, Wildwood especially, and in this area right here, which is by like Myrtle Point, Town Creek is going to be a little bit more pricey as well. Things are going to cheapen out a little bit behind like Walmart, Kohl's, Best Buy, these kind of areas. And then down FDR Boulevard, a little bit like basically south of Sheets is when things get pretty affordable, as you can tell. So that'll give you a good sense for, the kind of what you're going to pay for when it comes to your housing in California. So now let's talk a little bit about the neighborhoods, especially. So first one, as I mentioned before, is Wildwood. Wildwood has a great mix between some large single families, small single families, older, newer townhomes as well. I believe they might have some condos too. It's a very wooded area. Homes are fairly close together, but because of the density of the woods and the forest, it really doesn't feel like that in especially old Wildwood versus new Wildwood. New Wildwood has a lot more homes and, a lot less trees versus kind of like that old Wildwood look, which is a lot more trees and a lot fewer homes. But either way, regardless of whether you're an old or new, you have access to the Wildwood Community Pool, which I mentioned before, is a great place to hang out in the summertime and cool off either in the deeper pools or in the kiddie pools. And there's lots of playgrounds dispersed throughout Wildwood as well. So you don't just have to go to this one here. Oftentimes one, not even 2 minutes, 5 minutes walking from your house. So I'll stop talking about Wildwood and I'll mention also some other neighborhoods. Broad Creek in Hollywood, that's another great neighborhood to go to. I think they're quality built homes. You've also got these other like Clark's Landing area homes right here. A lot of homes down Southerly too. We've got these homes in Myrtle Point. These are some new homes right down Patuxent Boulevard. These Myrtle Point townhomes built by Lennar, the Woods at Myrtle Point. At the time of this recording, they're almost done making all these homes, but if you're looking for new construction that are fairly cheaper in a really nice area, the Woods at Myrtle Point are a great development to consider. Overall, it's a fairly small community. Next, we have Town Creek, which is probably one of the older great neighborhoods in St. Mary's County. There's access to water for a lot of the homes here, and for those that don't have homes, there's also the Town Creek Pool, which I remember having great memories here. Taking some watermelon, lathering up it with some Crisco, and having my team against another team, trying to get it onto the other side of the pool. If you like swimming and you want to have your kids swim competitively, this might not be a bad place to spend some time. And then kind of getting to the more affordable homes that we had mentioned before. Those are going to be really behind Target, behind Hobby Lobby and Walmart. These are going to be of different price points. You got some condos back here, some townhomes, some single family homes. As you can tell, some of these are closer together, some of these are fairly small. But if you're looking for affordable homes that are close to Pax River and they're in like a good solid neighborhood, this is not a bad place to look. And really those are the main ones. It's really Wildwood, kind of the Myrtle Point area, Town Creek, and these neighborhoods behind the shopping centers, and then these ones here off of Peg Road. So cheapest, middle of the road, a little bit of a higher price point, but when you buy into California, you are really buying into a very convenient place. I would say that's one of the reasons for why East.com puts it as the #1 place for families. It's because it's very, very convenient. So with that being said, if you want to learn more about the area and what's best for you, I'd be happy to help you out. Please feel free to send me a text, DM, email, etc. You can check out my information in the description. And of course, I've got other videos about Leonardtown. I've got more to come about the rest of St. Mary's County. So if you want to learn more about those areas, go ahead and stay on my channel and check out what else St. Mary's County has to offer. See you out there.